Recently, we gazed into the heart of a storm the size of Earth itself and called it weather. We thought that was the most violent thing our solar system could produce. We were wrong. The Great Red Spot is merely a bruise on the surface of something far more terrifying. A world so massive, so gravitationally dominant, it didn't just form in our solar system. It designed it. It destroyed planets before they could be born. It reshaped the orbits of everything that survived. And it has been doing this without pause for 4.5 billion years. Welcome to Jupiter, the planet that almost became a star, and the place from which nothing, not a probe, not a signal, not a single molecule of anything you are made of, will ever return. Let us break your sense of scale for a moment. Jupiter's mass is 2.5 times greater than every other planet in our solar system combined. Mars, Venus, Earth, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, all of them together are just a fraction of this single world. If Jupiter had been 80 times more massive during its formation, nuclear fusion would have ignited in its core. We wouldn't have a planet next door. We'd have a second sun. Earth might never have existed at all. Instead, we got something perhaps more dangerous. A failed star that settled for becoming a gravitational tyrant. The moment you enter Jupiter's atmosphere, you begin to understand why nothing comes back. There is no surface waiting below. Jupiter is not a planet you land on. It is a planet you disappear into. The atmosphere simply gets thicker with every kilometer you descend. Denser, hotter. The pressure builds until hydrogen, the simplest gas in the universe, stops being a gas entirely. Under pressure millions of times stronger than anything on Earth, hydrogen transforms into something that should not exist. A flowing ocean of liquid metal, electrically conductive, enormous, tens of thousands of kilometers deep. This metallic ocean is the source of Jupiter's magnetic field, 20,000 times stronger than Earth's. If you could see it with your eyes, it would appear larger than the full moon from Earth's surface. It stretches all the way to Saturn's orbit, the largest structure in the solar system, and it is completely invisible. But before you reach that depth, Jupiter tries to kill you another way. Its radiation belts accelerate charged particles to near the speed of light. An unshielded human would be dead in minutes, not hours. Minutes. The Galileo probe absorbed the equivalent of 25 million dental X-rays before the atmosphere crushed it entirely. And still the storms wait inside. The Great Red Spot has been raging for at least 350 years. It extends 500 kilometers below the visible clouds, 50 times deeper than Earth's oceans. In 2024, the Hubble Space Telescope caught something no model of fluid dynamics can currently explain. The storm is breathing, pulsing inward and outward on a 90-day cycle, growing and contracting like something alive. There is no known physics that accounts for this behavior. Deeper still, where no spacecraft has ever reached, sits a core that rewrote the textbooks. Scientists expected a small, solid, rocky center. What Juno found was a fuzzy core, a massive, partially dissolved region where rock and metal and hydrogen blur together across half the planet's interior. Some models suggest an ancient collision shattered Jupiter's original core billions of years ago. Whatever that collision created, it never separated back out. We live in Jupiter's shadow, and we call it safety. In 1994, we watched comet Shoemaker-Levy 9 slam into Jupiter in 21 fragments. Each impact left a scar larger than Earth. If that comet had found us instead, no debate, no survival, no history left to write. Jupiter swallowed it for us. Protector, executioner, both, always. The universe does not build things like Jupiter by accident. It built this world to dominate, to devour, to last. When the last mission we ever send reaches its orbit, when the last signal crosses 600 million kilometers of empty space and fades, Jupiter will still be there, spinning, raging, breathing, waiting for the next thing that falls in.